KILR Killer Game.
Hello there, gamers, simmers, and pilots. I am the Killer Gamer, and we are back here with our Flight Simulator 3 series coast to coast, going from the East Coast to the West Coast, using the Sublogic scenery discs, starting with scenery disc number 12, which is not a scenery disc that you hear much about at all, because it's hard, if not impossible, to try to find online to collect. I have never been able to find scenery disc number 12 sold separately. It has only been part of a compilation, both on the PC and the Mac. Was it Macintosh or was it I don't know. I can't remember which one, which Apple it was. But Flight Simulator 4 was on the Apple, and it had some scenery disc compilations from Mallard, and one of them was like the Northeast, and scenery disc 12 was part of it. It just wasn't called scenery disc number 12, but it's in there. But other than that, it's never been sold separately. I think you could special order it at the time. I think you could special order it, but as far as it being, actually released, never been able to find it. I have just kept my eyes open for it on eBay. You can't find any images of the. I don't mean like a disc image. You can find that. What I mean is like a photographic image of the actual booklet thing, or whatever, can't find it. As far as the little box cover or whatever, it's like it's not existent for some reason. But so here we are. Let's go ahead and we will talk about the flight that we are going to be doing. Okay, so this is the Sublogic scenery discs all put together. As far as the maps for the United States, this does not include Hawaii, Japan, Europe. Okay, that doesn't include those. But as you can see, the Western scenery disc collection is included on here, and as far as the East, whatever they were able to make. And there are two that they never completed, which was scenery disc number 8, which is this area here, which covers parts of Georgia and Louisiana, Mississippi, Kentucky? No, Kentucky's north. Tennessee, all of this area right here. And then scenery disc number 10, which actually is partly in the west here, but Montana and Wisconsin, just this whole area up here. So yeah, never covered, and it's a shame that was never done. And I don't even know if it's possible to even do a homebrew of these scenery discs by creating it. Now, you could do it with Flight Simulator 4 because you can do custom content, but as far as creating something that you could use with Flight Simulator 3, I don't know, because it wasn't open to custom content, so it may not even be possible. Anyways, our flight, as you can see, if you can look real closely here, you can see a little red line. Starts way up here, and it's going to zigzag its way down the coastline. There's going to be a little bit of coming across here, because we'll go to Cape Canaveral and take a look at the space shuttle. And we are going to do these. I didn't even wasn't even thinking about it when I was making my tour. But we're going to come over here into the Bahamas. Might as well, right? Because might as well take advantage of this while we're flying, because I don't know if I'll ever, get back to it. So might as well take advantage of that while we're there. And then around Florida into Texas, and pretty much heading northwest, Seattle, and down to San Francisco. That's where this tour is going to end. And we did a tour like this previously with the Commodore 64 with Sublogic Flight Simulator II, going from the West Coast to the East Coast. We started in Los Angeles and flew all the way across New York and Rhode Island and landed in Martha's Vineyard. And that was just something that I wanted to do on an old retro flight simulator, the first flight simulator I ever flew, not counting what was it, Solo Flight, not including that. I mean an actual flight simulator. I actually, when I did have the scenery discs back during that day, I did actually fly coast to coast. I think I may have done it a couple of times, but after a while it got kind of boring. But I wanted to see if I could do that again in, the 2020s. Who knows when you're watching this? You could be watching this like in 2030 or something. But anyways, decades later, would I be able to hold my interest that long? And I was able to do it. And it was just big sense of accomplishment to be able to do that on an old retro simulator. And this tour is going to be at least twice as long as the Commodore 64 one. We got a little bit more we can look at on this one compared to the Commodore 64. But I wanted to cover more areas of the Sublogic scenery discs that we didn't on the last tour. That way, when these little epic series are complete, if you've ever been curious on what it was like to fly, with all these scenery discs and stuff, you're gonna be able to see that with these series. And so that's kind of the whole idea behind it. It allows me to go back and have some retro fun. I never actually had Flight Simulator 3 back in the day. I was going from the Commodore 64 to the Commodore Amiga. I didn't go to the PC until Flight Simulator 5. Oh, Aurelio, hey there. Good to see ya. So yeah, I didn't go to the PC until Flight Simulator 5, because when that came out, I'm like, oh, I gotta play that. I did try to play that using a emulated Windows on the Commodore Amiga, and that didn't quite work. It worked, but it was like a slideshow. And I was like, no, I gotta play this, So that's when I went to the PC. But anyway, yeah, this is the whole map here. And let's go ahead and just zoom in. Let's I don't know what I'm doing there. All right, let's zoom in over here. We started off over here at the Madeline Islands, or Isles de la Madeline. Went to Charlottetown. This is where we are right now, Halifax International. And we're going to be flying across here. And we're going to land over here in Yarmouth. Yarmouth. It's probably Yarmouth. But yeah, that's where we're going to go. And the The VOR there is 113.30. So we're going to go ahead and tune that in. And we'll get ready for our flight. And just like that, I forgot what the frequency was. 113.30. 113.30. Okay. It's a little too far for us to get a signal. But oh shoot, that's not going to work. I don't think that's going to work. Darn it. I was hoping it was. You're probably working, huh? What you talking about? What you talking about? I was going to try to turn the ADF on, but I'm afraid if I do. Oh, what the heck? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Okay, so going back to the map here, there's an ADF right here. 394. Let's tune that in. Let's see if this actually works. We'll tune it in, go in that direction, and then somewhere around there we should get a signal for Yarmouth. Alright, so 394. Now, how do we get the ADF to show up on here? Now, I know on Flight Simulator 4 there is a checkbox that you could click and it would change it, but not here. I think we're going to have to go into here, go to ADF, and activate ADF gauge. There we go. Looks good. Let's go ahead and get started. $1 a.m. in Italy. Wow. It's 5 p.m. where I'm at. Gotta love those wonderful engines there. Very realistic. Now the question is, which runway am I going to take off from? Because I don't know. There's a runway up there in front of us. We can take that. I don't know if it's going to take us in the right direction, but I think we'll figure that out when we get there. Is there a taxiway that will lead us to the runway over here? Probably not. We'll probably have to... Yeah, I think we're going to have to taxi into the grass. It doesn't look like it actually connects. Here, let's go to the map. Let's take a look at the map here. Alright, there's the map. Nope, we're going to have to backtrack a little bit. And that's not the runway we want to take anyway. Alright, so if you take a look here, we can go down. If I double click this, will this... No? Okay, well, that's alright. Alright, so yeah, we're going to go down. We're going to take this other runway. So, yeah, I think I know what we can do here. Alright, so let's take that off there. Okay, so we won't be taking... There's a way onto the runway over here. We're not going to take that one. There's another one right after that we'll take. I know there's no air traffic or anything like that, but, well, you know, you gotta, I don't know, pretend a little bit. Besides, it's not like a lot of these airports have taxiways and aprons and stuff, so why not take advantage of that while you have it? Because a lot of the airports just have the runways, you know, and grass, so have fun with your imagination. Okay, there it is. That is the ramp we want to take right there. And the runway we want to take off from is over here, too. And this is it here. Do we look both ways before crossing the street? Okay, so our takeoff runway is right here. Is this the one we landed on? I think this is the one that we landed on. Well, that's kind of fitting, isn't it? Runway 24. There we go. Lift off. Bring your landing gear up. external view. This is the first in the Microsoft Flight Simulator series that you could have an external view. Now, as far as the ADF, if we just turn so that way the needle is up towards 0, that should be pointing us right in the direction that we want to go. We're pretty close. So we are departing. You're probably wondering what the heck is that. What the heck is all that white stuff up there? It's snow. No, it's clouds. You're probably thinking, what? What do you mean clouds? That's a cloud? Yes, that's a cloud. According to Microsoft, back in late 80s, whenever this came out, that was a cloud. And that... Did you see how that hit the windshield and just kind of went, whee? This is supposed to be few clouds, or scattered, like 1/8. That's a lot for that setting. That's a lot for that setting. Okay, so do you see that airport right over there? We are going... There's some scenery over there for Halifax. We're going to go over there and we're going to check it out. And maybe we'll go lower so we're not getting hit by these big balls of snow or whatever. That's another airport there in Halifax. But hey, I don't know when we're going to be flying over here in Halifax, so let's see the scenery that is there while we're here. There's the Halifax Citadel, there's the harbor, and there's the McDonald Bridge. We'll have to get ourselves lower than 3,500 here. So Halifax International was not, it's outside of the actual city. Here's the actual main city of Halifax. And that airport over there has also got fuel, but it doesn't have any taxiways or anything. There's the McDonald Bridge. Do you see it? It's right there in front of us. We'll fly in close here. Now the Citadel is nearby. I believe it's on the other side of the harbor there. Could be on this side. We'll see. There's the Citadel. It's right on the other side there. Now that we got some more scenery showing up, it's like beginning to flicker and stuff. There we go, the McDonald Bridge there in Halifax. And then we got the Citadel right up ahead. Should load this up in Flight Simulator 2020 so we can see it there. We're going to be zooming right by it here. There it is. That is the Citadel. In Halifax. I was hoping to get another view of it there. There it is there. Alright, we'll fly over here and then come back around here. So we got the Halifax Harbor right here. I think that's the Halifax Sherwood Airport. You see the little yellow thing there. There's the fuel box for it. There's the McDonald Bridge. And the Citadel once again. Yeah, so we're just, we got a slight detour there to see some scenery. We don't want to miss it. Now we'll go back up here and play with the clouds. And we'll get on course. There they are, the clouds. Missed them already. Hey, let's get our autopilot set up here. Autopilot, let's, whoops, where's the, there it is. We'll set it for 4,000 feet. We'll lock it at 4,000 feet. See? Told you, there's more to look at. We've got a little bit more interesting stuff happening on the ground with the sort of kind of texturing that you can kind of add. And, you know, we got snowball-shaped clouds to fly through. And there you go. That's Flight Simulator 3 for you. So that's Halifax back there. That's a lot of clouds for 1/8. I specifically set 1/8 so that way there wouldn't be so many. So these clouds are also in Flight Simulator 4. However, what it does that Flight Simulator 3 does not do is when you're on the ground and you put in clouds, you can see like light gray, dark gray, like flat disc shapes from the ground up in the sky. That gives it, a little bit of a cloud look to it. And then once you get up to where the cloud level is at, then this happens. So, like I said, use your imagination. If you want to pretend that it's snowing, that works. If you want to pretend that you're going through a star field, I guess that works too. Or perhaps it's an alien invasion of the white globes, the white globular things. That sounds like a Doctor Who episode. A whole bunch of white globular things just invading the Earth. Alrighty, Aurelio, it's good to have you. Rest well. I will see you on another stream. Hopefully soon. I try to do these streamings as much as I can. It's hard sometimes. It's that pesky trucking. It's that trucking stuff. It just gets in the way of everything. Yeah, I'll drive all day and they get kind of wiped out. And I gotta get going the next day. And then if I just happen to have time to be able to stream, then I have to have the internet connection to be able to do it. And sometimes the internet is not fast enough because, well, I'm moving around, so obviously, it's mobile Wi-Fi. Well, John, hey! You got yourself a different handle there. Or you changed your name, one of the two. No, it's not snowing. It's just cloud cover. Believe it or not, these clouds, this is considered 1/8. Take a look at this. Clouds. Oh, what? How did it get to 2/8? I want it 1/8. All right. Hold on, we're going to fix this. There, 1/8. Okay, well that's a little better. Now, oh, never mind. Slightly better. Don't have as many of them on there. As I spoke too soon, there they all are. That's the thing, though. With Flight Simulator 3, you can put the clouds in, but you don't see them until you're like right at the altitude. Right? Come here. Come here. Oh! My co-pilot. You see that? That's clouds. That's not snow. That's not like that stuff that you saw that one time. Yeah. What? What, am I not giving you attention? Is that the thing? You know, with a little bit of ingenuity, they probably could have adapted this to have rain. If not for this, they could have done it for Flight Simulator 4. They could have made these things a little smaller, blue, and maybe coming at the windshield a little bit a little bit quicker. And with Flight Simulator 4 and the sound upgrade, you could have added some rain sound effects. And you could have had weather as early as Flight Simulator 4. And then just with a little alteration, you could have the snow, too. Instead of white, it would just, or instead of blue for the rain, it'd be white. That would have been mind-blowing back then. But we didn't actually get to see weather until Flight Simulator 2000. Which I gotta get back to. I gotta get back to that. So we are on our way to Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. Yeah, we're in Nova Scotia right now. And we are flying to an ADF, which is going to get us kind of in the direction. You can see the white line there. That's a major roadway that's kind of taking us in the direction that we want to go. So here's our map. We took off from Halifax. We've got the, I said ADF, NDB, non-directional beacon, PS, whatever that is, tuned in. So we're pointing our way here, and then hopefully around this time we'll be able to get Yarmouth tuned in here, and this is where we're going to land. Now, what I think is really fascinating is since we're over here in Nova Scotia, you've got all these little lakes and rivers and stuff like that, and I think that's going to make for some really interesting scenery as early as Flight Simulator 3. You know, it's not going to be just a whole bunch of, green land or anything like that. We're going to see tons of little lakes and stuff. Halifax is back that direction. Let's go ahead and pretend that the weather is going to get a little bit whoa, what am I doing here? I don't know. It's going to get a little bit more heavier here. Let's put There. Now we don't have the clouds going in front of our face. Now they're just up a little bit. There is a thunderstorm that's kind of developing over in Nova Scotia at the time of this stream. So that's kind of why I decided to put the clouds and stuff in there. Hey. Well, hopefully I will have Flight Simulator 2004 reinstalled. I had to get a whole nother external DVD drive because the one that I had just stopped working. Barely used it. But I guess all the shaking or something from the truck damaged it because it wasn't reading anymore. But appears the new one that I've got appears to work. So hopefully I can get FS9 going again, because I've got this ERJ 145 pilot in command that I've been wanting to do some flights with. So once I get that up, we'll do a live stream with that. Trying to get more live streams going. As far as a real weather add-on, there was actually an add-on for FS4 for real weather, and I think that's what it was called. It was called real weather. But it didn't add rain or snow or anything like that. It would download data and then change the settings on the simulator to match. But it was using a different format than what they use now. So it wasn't meter reports, it was something else. So unfortunately, that real weather, and I have it. I actually have that expansion for Flight Simulator 4, but it's useless because you had to hook up to a modem and connect to a server to get the data, and that server no longer exists. If it were just meter files that you were downloading, that would be perfect, because then you could just download a meter file and then input it into, through the program, connect it to FS4. But yeah, it's something completely different. I don't know. I can't remember what it was. Let's see if I can find some. I don't know, I may not be able to find any information, but I'm going to try to find something. Yeah, it's going to be hard to try to find something that old. Yeah, I look up real weather add-on Flight Simulator 4. What do I get? Rex Weather Force for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah, it's hard to try to find some. Although I might be able to find the listing on eBay. Let's see. If I can find it on eBay, I'll show you. I would love to do a review on it. Oh, Real Weather Pilot. I found it. Okay, so here it is, right here. 1993 Real Weather Pilot add-on by Mallard. Microsoft Flight Sim 4, 5, and 6? I don't think it... I guess maybe you could work for those. This one here says Real Weather Pilot add-on for Microsoft Flight Simulator versions 3, 4, and 5. I don't think it worked for version 3. I think it was only 4. It might have worked on 5. But look, you can buy these brand new. $11, $24. You can buy it brand new because people have got it and they can't get anyone to they can't get anyone to... Okay, so alright, yeah, you can use it for Flight Simulator 4 or 5. Oh, can't I zoom in? I want to zoom in! Maybe I could do this another way. Well, that doesn't work. I'm trying to zoom in. I want to be able to zoom in so I can see what's... So we can read the box. Alright, let's see. Real Weather Pilot is the tool for simulator pilots that demand the ultimate in accuracy and realism. Whether you're flying your... Boy, they can't even get that right. Your Y-O-U''RE. Come on now. Whether you're flying Microsoft's Flight Simulator version 4 or 5, Real Weather Pilot can access actual reports from almost anywhere in the country and configure them into flying conditions right there on your desktop. Okay, so this is using DOSBox. DUATS, Direct User Access Terminal Service. It's a weather service in the United States only. Weather data, it's downloaded to your PC. You may then view the report data, print out the report, or shell directly the flight simulator and experience real-world flight. Also available through DOSBox are national color radar images. You can see a picture of that down there. So you can get a good look at the conditions in your destination area or just track a storm or other system. Your reports can be grouped into comprehensive pre-flight briefings and printed for in-flight reference. How cool is this? How cool is this for Flight Simulator 4? And I don't think you can get it to work because I don't think that DOSBox thing works anymore. An airport database contains all the U.S. airports in the Flight Simulator default sceneries and can be edited to suit your itineraries. And a dedicated communications program built into Real Weather Pilot makes retrieving the latest weather reports fast and easy so you can stay current with your flight. Now, neither rain nor snow nor sleet. I think they're just saying that. I don't think it actually has that in there. Or any other inclement weather will keep you grounded thanks to Real Weather Pilot. Because, I mean, in Flight Simulator 4, there was no option to turn on rain or snow or anything like that. So, I think they're just saying that on that one. But look, I mean, how cool is this? How cool is this that, you know, you'd be able to do this for Flight Simulator 4, but unfortunately, I don't think you can get this to work. I haven't tried, but I would really like to try to get it to work. Okay, so I think we have we're close to the NDB. How's that? We now have the Yarmouth VOR tuned in. We're 77 miles away from it. And we need to go to a heading of 260, and we're going 263, so perfect. I mean, we're like, just need to alter our course just a little bit here. But, yeah, we're heading there. We're on the right course. $120 knots. It's a little humid out here in Salt Lake, I've noticed. Temperature-wise, it's not bad. What was it, like 77 or something like that? Okay, so here's the information I found on DOSBox. The Direct User Access Terminal System, DOSBox, which has been providing weather services for pilots since 1989, shut down as of May 16, 2018, since the contract between the FAA and CSRA has expired. At its inception, DOSBox was a state-of-the-art service, one of the first of its kind to provide digital flight. See, I think I got that add-on like maybe just after that. Go figure. I'm going to try to log into ChatGPT here and see if maybe we can use a little bit of artificial intelligence and see if maybe there's a way we can convert meter to DOSBox. I don't know. Are you familiar with the DOSBox weather system, I guess? Okay, ChatGPT says, yes, I'm familiar with the DOSBox Direct User Access Terminal Service weather system. Okay. Is there a way to convert meter reports to DOSBox? As of my knowledge, cut off in September 2021, meter reports are not directly converted to DOSBox format. Meter is an international standard. DOSBox, on the other hand, is an online weather briefing service provided by the FAA. However, pilots can use the DOSBox system to access meter reports and other weather information. DOSBox provides a user-friendly interface to view and interpret, along with other weather products, blah, blah, blah. I'm really trying to find a way to make this work. Trying my research skills here. Let's see. According to the following article, DOSBox was shut down. Is there an alternative way to download DOSBox reports and use them in a Flight Simulator 4.0 program called Real Weather Pilot by Mallard? I apologize for any confusion caused by my previous responses. You are correct. As of May 2018, DOSBox was shut down by the FAA and is no longer available to use. The article you provided confirms this. Since the DOSBox service has been discontinued, pilots and flight simulator enthusiasts would need to explore alternative weather resources for obtaining weather data. The article you shared suggests some alternative weather resources that can be used. That quickly, Ed read that article. I gave the link to that article into ChatGPT, and like that, it read it and is giving me the information. So ChatGPT is freaking amazing technology. The article you shared suggests some alternative weather resources that can be used. Flight service, aviation weather center, commercial weather services. Regarding the specific Flight Simulator 4.0 program called Real Weather Pilot by Mallard, I'm not familiar with that specific software or its compatibility with current weather data sources. It would be best to consult the software documentation, the Mallard website, yeah, because that's still around, or their customer support, because they're still around, for information on alternative weather sources compatible with their program. Sure. Let's just go ahead and call Mallard Software, because I'm sure they're still around, and see if there's a way we can get the program to work. Oh. Gotta turn the air back on. You know, and the thing is I don't think anyone, I don't know, I'll take a look here on YouTube, but I don't think anyone has any videos or anything about it. Let's see. FS4 Real Weather Pilot. Nope. Nobody has anything. That really sucks. Yeah, remember all those lakes I was telling you folks about? Are you seeing them? Because I'm not. I don't see the lakes. they're there in the map. They are not showing here in the scenery, though. I was afraid of that. Because whenever you've got more little scenery details, the bigger the scenery file gets. And I was really hoping that we would be able to see all that stuff. Let's just take a look at the map here, and let's just see if maybe... I wish there was a way I could make this map bigger here. Yeah, so you can see where we're at. There's Nova Scotia right there. But yeah, if you zoom in, I'm not seeing a whole... I'm not seeing any of those lakes and stuff. So that's a disappointment. I was really hoping we'd see that. Oh well. Can't win them all. Flight 701, 685, and Air 911. I have those. I did one of them. I did one of those on my channel. I've been wanting to do the other ones, but haven't been able to get around to it. That's why I want to try to get back to streaming, because the streaming was great for digging into all these little expansions and stuff like that, and then I can, you know, turn them into videos later for YouTube. It was Flight Adventure, if I'm not mistaken. There was two, I thought, that I did. I got Flight Adventure 685. Yep, that's the one that you mentioned. That was Megs to Kankakee. And I swear there was another one that I did that was in the California area, but I don't see... Oh, wait a minute. I need to click this. Nope, that's something else. Huh. I was pretty sure there was another one, and it might have been part of 685 also, that was in California, and I could have sworn I did a flight. But I don't see a video. Is that something that I forgot to turn into a video? Because I think I live streamed it. Looking to see if there's anything else that I did. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm going to have to go through my old footage and see if I've got that somewhere. I know I flew in that area, and I thought I turned it into a video. I guess not. Yeah, I thought I did 2 of them, and I guess I turned one into a video and the other one I forgot to do. I'm gonna have to dig for that one. I think I did one live stream, and I was checking out that expansion, and I did one, and then I did the other. I might have that footage with me. I know I've got copies of a lot of stuff, but then again, I may not have it with me. It might be in storage on one of my drives or something that I put in there. Yeah, 43 miles to go here. I asked ChatGPT, are you familiar with Real Weather Pilot by Mallard for Flight Simulator 4? I apologize for any confusion, but I'm not specifically familiar with the software. My training data only includes general knowledge about flight simulators and weather services up until September 2021. Well, it wasn't released after that. If Real Weather Pilot is a third-party add-on or software developed by Mallard for Microsoft Flight Simulator 4, it would be best to consult the software's official documentation website or user community for detailed information about its features, compatibility, blah, blah, blah. And then it says, it's worth noting that Microsoft Flight Simulator 4 was released in 1989, and the software and add-ons developed for that version may be outdated or no longer actively supported. Nah, you think? Hold on. I'm gonna put on there. No, really? I apologize if my previous responses were not helpful. As an AI language model, my knowledge is based on information, blah, blah, blah. Since Real Weather Pilot for Microsoft Flight Simulator 4 is a niche and older software, it is possible that information about it may be limited or harder to find. I recommend reaching out to the developer Mallard. Hold on. This is where it gets to be a little fun with ChatGPT. Well, Mallard is no longer in business. So, what do I do now, smarty pants? I apologize for any inconvenience caused. Since Mallard is no longer in business, it may indeed be challenging to find specific information. Or doesn't this sounds like so politically correct? Like it's trying not to be offensive. It may indeed be challenging to find specific information or support for their discontinued software. In this situation, you may want to explore alternative weather add-ons or solutions for Microsoft Flight Simulator 4. There are none! There are several third-party developers. No! There's not! There's not! There is nothing else. Additionally, you can consider using general weather data sources and manually inputting the weather and conditions. That's not fun! I wanted to use the program! Oh. Hold on. This is so unhelpful. Can I speak to your manager? Can I speak to your manager? I apologize if my previous responses did not meet your expectations. As an AI language model, I don't have a manager in the traditional sense, but I'm here to assist you to the best of my abilities. Can I speak to, I want to talk to your manager. I said I don't have a manager. Oh, this is great. I totally need to do a video on this. I don't mean Flight Simulator, I'm talking about the AI. Oh, that's great. That ChatGPT it's amazing if you can work with it. It's capable of some very amazing things. And then sometimes you stumble upon a roadblock, a brick wall, and you got to try to find your way around it. So, like for example, I use it to try to get ideas for like little comedy sketches and stuff like that. And so I'll look at it and I'm like, okay, I kind of like these ideas. And I'm like, okay, write me a script. And so it writes a script. And it tries to make it as politically correct and as unoffensive as it possibly can. Where almost to the point where your antagonist and protagonist are holding hands singing Kumbaya at the end. Okay, maybe not specifically, but you get my point. You know, you write this script and it's kind of like everyone's like ha 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 ha, you know, and it's a freeze frame and then there's credits and credits. You know, it almost writes it like that. So then you have to kind of take it and say, okay, let's add a little bit more sarcasm, a little bit more satire. You got to kind of like push it to push and mold it so that way you can get a little bit more of an interesting script that you can use in ChatGPT. And then there are times where I just can't get anything, so I'll take what it's given me and then I'll just rewrite it myself. Oh! Well, you know what? It may not be able to tell me. I wonder if ChatGPT has any information on the 2 Sublogic scenery discs that were never made. This would be fascinating if it can actually do this. All right. Are you familiar with the Sublogic scenery discs for Flight Simulator 2 and 3? Yes, I am familiar with the Sublogic scenery disc for Flight Simulator 2 and 3. Sublogic was a company that developed early flight simulation software, including the popular Flight Simulator series. The scenery discs were add-on products that provided additional scenery, blah blah blah. These scenery discs expanded the default scenery, blah blah blah. They were sold as separate packages and required the base game. Sublogic scenery discs were well received by the flight simulator enthusiasts at the time, as they greatly improved the visual experience and added more realism to the simulated flights. Okay, so let's dive into this a little bit. Please list all scenery discs that were officially released. Here's the list for Flight Simulator 2. San Francisco, Bay Area, that's Star. Paris. Paris? I know they had Western Europe, but Paris? Hawaiian Adventure Scenery Disc, okay. Los Angeles, New York, Japan, Hong Kong. For Flight Simulator... Where the heck? I don't know where it's getting its information. Hawaiian Adventure 2. There's a Hawaiian Adventure 2? Alaska? It's got Eastern USA, Western USA, Germany. Alaskan Adventure? Where is it getting that information from? I don't ever remember Sublogic releasing an Alaska scenery disc. And I definitely don't remember a Paris scenery disc or a Germany scenery disc. I know about the Western European tour, but I don't know about those. So I'm saying, aren't there 12 discs that cover the USA? Oh, I apologize for the incomplete information. You are correct. There were a total of 12 Sublogic scenery discs. No, you've got it all over the place. Here is the complete list. 1. Western USA. 2. Eastern USA. 3. Alaskan Adventure. 4. Great Lakes. 5. New England Scenery. 6. Mid-Atlantic. 7. Southeast USA. 8. South Central USA. What? Where is it getting this information? Alright, hold on. We're going to have to... Let me feed it a... Okay, now if you go to Moby Games and ask for the... That was weird. It's like I wasn't getting any sound there for a moment. I gotta pay attention. We're 16 miles away from the airport. Alright, so if I go to Moby Games, here's what it comes up with. Hawaiian Odyssey, that one I know. Japan, I know that one. Scenery Collection California. Now I think that includes that scenery disc in that area along with the star, I think. There's a link for those. There's also Scenery Collection Set B. Then there's the Western European Tour. And then there's Scenery Discs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, 12. And then the Star Scenery Disc, the San Francisco and Bay Area. And then you've got USA East and USA West, and also Washington, D.C. Okay, that's not Sublogic, but that's for Flight Simulator 5. Scenery Collection Set B. This is the one that's got Scenery Disc number 12 in that I was talking about, that you can't find separately. I've never been able to find it separately. It includes Scenery Disc number 9, which is Chicago, St. Louis, and Cincinnati. Scenery Disc 12, that's where we're flying. That includes New York, Montreal, and Halifax. Those basic maps. And then the Hawaiian Odyssey, which included a treasure hunt across the islands. We got to do that. This set works with the original Sublogic discs, including Microsoft Flight Simulator versions 1 through 4. No, it does not work with version 1. I looked into that. You cannot load a scenery disc with Flight Simulator 1. It was Scenery Disc number, or Flight Simulator 2. You could use the scenery, but not 1. As well as Flight Assignment ATP. What the heck are those screenshots? I guess on the Hawaiian Adventure, there is a... I'll just have to show it to you. Apparently you can fly to that. And you can fly over a piano. So yeah, I can't say I've ever done that anyway, but all right, there we go. There's the airport right ahead of us. So let's go ahead and get ready to land. I wanted to see if it knows why Scenery Disc 8 and 10 was never made, but it can't even give me the right list of scenery discs. It just gives me areas. I mean, I think we can put 2 and 2 together and figure out that the reason why they didn't do 8 and 10 was because I think I think Flight Simulator, or I think Scenery Disc number 12 came out somewhere around when Flight Simulator 3 came out. But then Flight Simulator 4 came out, and they started working on USA East and West, which works with their ATP program. It was right around that time where they started to kind of develop their own thing. And so they just stopped. I don't know. It still annoys me to this day that they never finished it. I wish there was a way we could find someone who actually worked on the scenery disc back in those days, and see if we it'd be an interesting interview to be able to talk with someone and say, hey, how come 8 and 10 were never created? What's the story behind that? You know, were you guys planning to do it and there was just no money in it, or you just didn't have time, or it'd be kind of neat to actually get an official word on that, just as, you know, just as a little documentary or something. Okay, the altitude for Yarmouth is 141 feet. I can't tell if there's one runway or two. And you look up ahead there, it looks like there might be two runways, but I'm not sure. You can definitely see one of them. I have to see if I can dig in a little bit more with AI and see if we can't get some information about Scenery Disc 8 and 10. Alright, there's a small runway over here we can land on. That's what we're going to go for. It's not that far away, so we better... We're like at 1,500. We got like over 1,000 feet to get down. Descend. We're getting lined up, though. I was lined up. Why am I way over here? There we go. We are down. Now, supposedly this airport has a fuel box somewhere. I didn't see any yellow little scenery boxes or anything when we were coming in to land. So, I don't know. There may not be anything here. There's supposed to be. First PC was a 386, and you had to turn off the landscape dots. Wow. I would think the dots wouldn't take that much processing power. I thought like maybe, you know, the rectangles and stuff would be more. I didn't think the dots would really do that much. I guess they had a setting for everyone then. You know, if you had a potato of a computer, this was pretty much the most that you could do. Or actually wireframe. I think you can turn this to where it's wireframe or something. And if you have a little bit faster, then you know you can have it full solid coloring, and then if you got a little faster, then you can have the dots on the scenery, and you know, and then so on. I'm getting us parked over here by the runways. In case you're all wondering what I'm doing, that's what I'm doing. Well, it sure is taking forever to get over here, though. Okay, so we're all parked, and we'll be getting things ready for the next flight, which will be on the next episode. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to follow me on Twitch. Link will be in the description, so that way you can see these flights ahead of time before they show up on YouTube. Hey, you get to be able to see things before other people do, right? And you get a chance to interact with me live, which can always be fun. It always makes the streams a lot more interesting. And I'm really trying to be able to do these streams more often, so that way I can get into a lot of the different classic flight sims and then be able to turn them into videos later. But it's all dependent on time, and this trucking thing really takes a lot of time and energy out of me. And then when I happen to do have energy, I've got to be able to be somewhere where I've actually got good internet to be able to do a live stream. So the moon has to be in the right. The moon and the planets have to be aligned correctly in order for me to be able to do live stream. It's kind of annoying, but just know that I am trying to do what I can on that. So be sure to follow me there, so that way you've got that opportunity to be able to join me live on these flights, whether you enjoy flight simulation or not. Maybe you just like to have my company, and that's cool too. And as far as KILR TV, like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you get notified of future content. Got all kinds of fun content that's uploaded to the channel on a weekly basis, so don't want to miss any of it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next flight. Have a killer awesome day.